Morning, everyone. It's Thursday. Can you believe we're so far through the week? We are Thursday and you are here with the morning sales step up. So thanks so much for joining me. Remember, if you are joining me today, and actually I can see some people who've joined me already, which is lovely. Then say hello in the comments so I can say back hello back. Myself and Parrot Pete love to know that we are not alone. Hi, Chris. Yeah, people are already coming on. Big hello. So my name is Victoria Fleming, and you are joining me for the morning sales step up, where every day across lockdown number 2 in the UK, which, let's be honest, there's not that long of it left. Fingers crossed. I am live at 9 a.m. just with 10 minutes of some hints, tricks, tips, and a little bit of sales inspiration to get your sales day off with a bang. So a giant welcome if you're joining me. And if you haven't been following me, then it will be a great idea to click the link above and get the weekly digest. That will actually give you the links to everything that I've delivered across a week. So it means that you can hop in and steal all the good stuff. So make sure you sign up for that. So what are we talking about today? Well, hi, Stanley. Oh, lovely to see you. Yeah, happy Thursday. Hi, Alison. Lovely to see you showing up. What do you know about sales maths? So what do people know about sales maths? Anything? Nothing? I am really sad because I love sales maths. So I was excited to talk about this today, actually, because it's a really hot topic and it's one that people don't always pick up on. Hi, Mark. Oh, I've got everyone turning up this morning. So let's go. We're going to do 10 minutes on sales maths, which is a way to take control and change your sales results. Hi, Tom. So let's put that 10 minutes on the clock right now. Pirate Pete is going to keep us to time. Yeah, his Samba's broken, actually. He's just beeping at the moment, but we'll fix his Samba at some point. All right, so what the heck is sales maths? Well, it's something that if you did do GCSE maths at school, you'll be delighted to hear this is more exciting. And it's more exciting because actually sales maths is really about your success metrics. Wow, that sounds like super grand, doesn't it? But what it's really about is it's really about understanding what it is that you do every single day that makes you successful. And of course, when I say successful, what I mean by that is what it is that brings that money in and ensures that you hit your target. So it's a really important thing. And quite often I find that salespeople aren't always actually making the most of it. So quite often the figures that people track are their overall conversion rate. So, quite often people will know based on the number of contacts I make, this is how many contacts I have to make one sale. Now that's super useful to know. And actually in itself is an important metric. Does everyone let me know in the comments? Do you already track this? Do you track the number of contacts to the number of sales and the average value? I'd be really interested to know, because this is really how you can start to think about the journey that gets you from one to the other. Because if you can track the individual steps that takes you from first contact to a sale and the metrics in between, then actually that is going to give you far more control over where you can leverage and make the most of the opportunities in front of you. So let me give you an example. If you are cold calling, I know there's a couple of people on the thread who will sometimes be picking up the phone and calling people based on a data list, then on that first call, what is the result that you're looking for? And generally in one call, you're not going to pick up the phone and sell something. I mean, it'd be lovely if it happened like that. But let's be honest, it doesn't tend to. So it might be that on that first call, actually the result you're looking for is the correct contact details or some information about how they're currently doing something. Or it might be to organize a next call where you can introduce the product properly. It might be to book a meeting. There's all these different things in different businesses and different environments. There'll be different measures on that first step. So the first thing is, once you're clear on the result you're looking for on that first step, are you actually tracking how many calls it takes to get a result on that, how to get the outcome that you want? So actually this is about pulling your sales process all the way down and measuring each step. Now this is really helpful, and it's really helpful because if you can track it and measure it, you can impact it. What do I mean by that? Well, if it's taking me like 50 phone calls to get the name of the person that I want, if that's the result I'm looking for, then the first thing that I could think about is, okay, well, actually, if I want to get more sales out the far end of this funnel, if I could change that metric from 50 to 1 to 49 to 1, or 40 to 1, or 10 to 1, or 3 to 1, by default, that's going to move more people up through my journey, which means that I'm going to make more sales. Okay. So this is the question. Are we actually tracking the measurables at each point in the journey? Because once you're tracking it, you can measure it. And once you can measure it, you can look at how you can impact your performance at each step of the way. What this actually means is with a very small amount of focus, you can have a very big effect on your end result. Just imagine if you could double the number of meetings at the end of your journey, what would that mean for your sales results at the end? So actually, by looking at stuff earlier in the journey, that can be super helpful because it's showing you where am I getting the best result. And it's really easy to think about this as maybe just being something that you do on the phone, but actually this is something that it can be really valuable across all of your sales activity. You know, what about your emails? What about your face-to-face meetings? What about networking events that you go to? And what that really means is that you can start to hone your time and hone your resource. So let me give you an example. When I first set up, I used to go to lots of different networking groups because you do to get to know people, so on and so forth. And I used to track how many people I'd met at those meetings, how many people I felt were potential prospects, and then what happened with that. That meant a couple of things. The first thing is I very quickly identified the 1 or 2 networks where actually I was getting the best result. So straight away, I could start to think, well, if I'm going to go to a networking event, do I go to network A or network B? Needless to say, I'm likely to go to the one I get the better result. The second thing I thought about was, well, if I go to the other networking event, what can I do there to give me the same result as I'm getting at this other event? What is it that I need to do different? Why is this one successful and that one not? Is it about the people I'm meeting? Is it about how I'm presenting myself? Is it about the format? Does one format suit me better than another? By tracking these individual metrics, again, quite early stage, actually it allows me to focus my attention. And that's super important. It's super important because each and every one of us is quite unique. So we need to be able to build our own unique sales recipe. Dum, dum, dum. I know it's lockdown. It's all about the baking, you know, all about the baking. Okay, so now we know that we want to maybe track a little bit more of our journey. How can we do that? Well, the next thing that I quite often suggest to people is that they build a tracker sheet. And that's for the different types of interactions. They actually build the little steps of the journey out. So they can actually start to mark off really quickly and easily how far through the journey they're getting on the different interactions that they're having. Are they actually getting to speak to the person they want to? Is that person in the right industry? Have they managed to introduce the company? Are they interested in what we've got to offer? Do they have a problem that we can solve? Whatever it might be, but really just sort of thinking about how do we actually track those individual steps? Thinking about each of those granular steps. So you can see this is really granular. Instead of looking at an overall conversion, we're now looking at conversions every step of the way. How successful are we being in moving people along that journey? And then we can focus on what works for us. And what's really important about this, as I say, every one of us is different. So we've got our own unique sales recipe. So it might be that you get to the point where you're meeting people or you're interacting with people in lots of different ways. It might be the phone, by email, on socials. It might be, say, networking, either online or face-to-face in the future, whatever it might be. The key is that once you've got some tracking in here, you can start to look at how that translates into your overall sales result. And what's good about that is you can start to define what your sales activity needs to look like on a month by month, a week by week, and even a day by day basis to ensure that you are successful. And in fact, that's really reassuring because it can get to the point where you think, well, I need like 5 sales. My average sale value is £50,000. So I need 5 of those to hit my £50,000 monthly target, whatever it might be. In order to get those 5 sales, I need to have 10 meetings. In order to get those 10 meetings, I need to do either 15 network events, or I need to make 80 phone calls, or I need to make this, or whatever it might be. And you can start to choose the blocks of sales work, which is actually going to deliver what you need to give you your result. And what's great about this is it means that you can come into work and you can sit down at your desk every single day, totally confident that what you're going to do today is going to deliver your target at the end of the month. You know, you can come in and go, right, I know if I do 30 calls, one online networking event, and I don't know, send 5 emails, I know that is going to result in X number of sales progressions. And I know that if I get that many number of progressions, they will turn into Y number of meetings, which will turn into Z amount of sales results and revenue. This is why sales maths is magical. And it's one of those things that as a salesperson, you can absolutely take control of. Oh, he buzzed. This is one of those things you can absolutely take control of and start to do today. The results on this can be really quite astonishing as well, because suddenly what you realize is that there's one part of your process that you're losing a lot of people, or where you're not getting the same results as people around you. And you know, if you're not getting the same results as people around you, guess what you need to do? Copy what they're doing at that point. It's a great way, and it makes it really easy for you. So I would love to hear, let me know in the comments if you're not using sales maths, so you're going to give it a go. And if you are using sales maths, what's been the biggest insight that you've had from it? So that is totally one of my hobby horses. I can't believe we've done it in like 10 minutes, because trust me, I could be here quite a while. So if you do want to talk about it anymore, then feel free to drop me a DM or pick up the phone, because I know you all, which is lovely. It's lovely to see so many people here today. Right, tomorrow, what is going on? As we know, I am here at 9 o'clock every day through lockdown, and tomorrow I've got a secret surprise for you. So watch my LinkedIn feed to find out what is coming at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, or just come along and join me and see what's going to happen next on this crazy ride. It's been great to see you here today, and remember to click the link to get the weekly digest so you don't miss out on anything we cover on any of these sessions. So until tomorrow, have a fantastic day, happy selling, and yeah, keep smiling with your sales. See you soon.